What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Yeah, so I was checking out CBSSports.com and a few other sites too. Mainly CBS Sports is where I was focusing my sights on because it was talking about, the Lakers' possibility of acquiring Miles Turner. And my stance on this situation is I feel like the Lakers are doing the right thing or making the right move by not going through with the Miles Turner trade. And the reason why I say that is because the Pacers are en route of wanting those two picks, the 2027 and 2029 picks from the Lakers, along with Russell Westbrook to make the trade go through. And based upon the reports that I read, the Lakers just don't think it's worth it to do that in regards to getting a trade for a player like Miles Turner, who's barely been an all-star, or if he's ever been an all-star in the league, he has all-star potential anyway, but either way, I definitely applaud the Lakers for doing that because, as I said before in my previous videos, I don't think the Lakers should give away 2 picks plus Russell Westbrook, a top 75 player, for a player like Miles Turner, who is good, but he doesn't move the needle any for me. He's a really good player. He'd be a really good fit for the Lakers, but giving up those picks and a top 75 player for a player like him it's definitely not worth it at all because he's not even a superstar player. I mean, if you're going to give up that much for a player, it needs to be the likes of a Kyrie Irving or a Kevin Durant or, somebody like that, a Kawhi or, a Giannis Antetokounmpo or, somebody of that nature it needs to be if you're going to give up that much to acquire a player, because I don't think any player is really worth that much unless they're on that type level. You see what I'm saying? So I think the Lakers are making the right move with that so far, unless something changes. But I think they need to stand their ground the way they have, because when I think about, where this team is going, it doesn't look like they're going anywhere anytime soon in regards to championships, because unless Anthony Davis stays healthy, unless LeBron can play like he did last year, and unless if they decide to keep Russell Westbrook this upcoming season, unless he could play better than what he did last year and cut back, at least chop the turnovers in half, of what he had last year, and shoot a little bit better from the arc, I don't really see this team going too far, because Patrick Beverley doesn't move the needle. He's just a talker. He's no damn good overall anyway. And number 2, he's older. Number 3, all the players on the team is older besides Anthony Davis, even though Anthony Davis gets injured like he's the eldest one on the team. And then on top of that, you got a rookie head coach in Darvin Ham who might not really know what the hell he's doing at the end of the day. So, I mean, we have to see everything, fall into place for the Lakers. And we have to see whether they can really, rebound from last season. And I'm not sure if they can, because I just don't think they can go far Russell Westbrook. They might can make the playoffs if they stay healthy, as a team. But Russell Westbrook is just not a key piece for them in their system. So I understand getting rid of him is the point. But at the same time, the main point of emphasis is don't get rid of those 2 picks and get rid of a top 75 player too. Because as I said before in my previous video where I spoke about this, one of those picks, I'm not saying one of those picks could be Kobe Bryant or Shaq or Kobe, but it's possible. You see what I'm saying? You never know. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't think they would get a Shaq or Kobe type player back then. You know what I'm saying? Even though it took for them to trade for Shaq, and they had to basically trade for Kobe from Charlotte, because actually Kobe got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets and they had to make a trade for him to get him on the Lakers. But either way, either one of those picks might not be a Shaq or Kobe, but one of those picks can be a star player potentially. And I think that's the way the Lakers are looking at it, because there's no need to give up those type picks when you don't have, any young players to look forward to now. I mean, it's not, they just gave up THT for Patrick Beverley, which was a dumb move to me. THT has way more talent than Patrick Beverley will ever have as a player. And honestly, I'm not saying THT could have been a star player, even though it's possible he could have been one, but he could have been a very good player for the Lakers going forward in their future, because honestly, they gave up all their young players. And, if you think about the young players they had that could be making a difference for this team now, I mean, the Lakers would be so much better if they kept half the young players they had. They had Jordan Clarkson at one time. They had Kyle Kuzma. They had Julius Randle, even though I don't think he's really worth a damn. But he is a young player that's doing, fairly well, fairly decent in the NBA right now, and they had Alex Caruso, they had Lonzo Ball, and they had Brandon Ingram. You see what I'm saying? So the Lakers have mortgaged their future so much for LeBron James and trying to win championships. And it worked out the 1 year in the bubble, which was, I don't know if the Lakers would have won the championship if they didn't play in the bubble. I'm not putting an asterisk beside their championship or anything like that, but I just don't believe they would have won the championship if they didn't go to the bubble, because that gave LeBron a 4-month layoff, along with Anthony Davis, who's 100% injury prone. You gave him 4 months to rest, along with the old LeBron James and the Kobe Bryant thing happening. It was only right that they won the championship in the bubble, to be honest with you. So that's just my opinion. But, still, besides that, Anthony Davis hasn't played well since. They have not been a good team since. And since the bubble, LeBron has lost in the first round for the first time when they lost to Phoenix the year prior. And last year, they didn't even make the play-in tournament. You see what I'm saying? So since the bubble, they really have had, nothing but down seasons to me. No success at all. And when you think about that, as a team, as a group, you have to really try to figure out what direction you want to go in the future. And this is the reason why I said they need to keep those 2 picks, because those 2 picks, one of those 2 picks, if not both of them, could serve them well for their future, because LeBron, he is going to be gone in a year or two. He's not going to last too much longer. I mean, he can play at this high level all he wants to, but the high level he played last year didn't result in wins, so it doesn't really matter. Anthony Davis will probably be gone after this season, possibly, if he doesn't stay healthy enough to make it through this season. They're definitely probably going to trade him, and they're trying to trade Russ as we speak. So, I mean, this team is going to look completely different after a while. And the little Patrick Beverleys and players like that, they're definitely going to get rid of him too eventually, because he's not somebody you can build a team around. He's just a talker. He'll talk his way into a contract. He'll talk his way out of one. So that's the reason why, he wasn't on the Timberwolves that long. And, that's the reason why the Clippers didn't give him the money he wanted, because it's all talk and no real action. You see what I'm saying? So, the Lakers definitely be making some decisions here soon, coming up in the next season or so. So, I mean, they definitely got to try to find a way to get some young talent in there and really start building this thing, rebuilding this whole operation, because LeBron and them is not going to be there after a while. So those 2 picks are very important. So I definitely applaud the Lakers for not giving up those picks along with Russell Westbrook to get Miles Turner, because I don't think Miles Turner is worth that much. Me personally, maybe others feel differently, and I respect the fact if you do, but I don't. So I'm with the Lakers on this one. They finally made a good decision, at least so far, and not giving up their picks. Hopefully they stand their ground and keep that, unless they're able to get somebody like Kyrie and Kevin Durant. You got that much talent on your team, then you can give up some picks. It really doesn't matter. But I mean, unless you're getting a player like that, stand on those picks, keep them, because 2027, it's a little ways away, but it is something they can actually hold on to, or they could utilize to get a better player. You see what I'm saying? So definitely I like what the Lakers are thinking in this situation. Hopefully they stand their ground, as I said, until they can get maybe a superstar player, and then maybe give up one of those picks or something like that. But other than that, stand firm, and you just hold on to Westbrook until maybe you can find another avenue. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Cali out.